So then we had Shaik back on the stand. He testified about an investigation into the Guptas as far back as 2010, I see. Why?
Yes, well, what's interesting there is that Shaik says there were at least 3 reasons why they wanted to look into the Guptas at the time, one of which was the fact that Fikile Mbalula had said during an NEC meeting, and we now know this because Mbalula testified on it as well, that he was alerted by a Gupta brother of his appointment as sports minister. And for the top brass of state security and state intelligence, Shahan, that was a red flag. For the Guptas to be allegedly privy to those kinds of cabinet decisions was a national security issue as far back as 2010. And Shaik even saying that if they had done the investigation, which he alleges was quashed by then State Security Minister Kwele, maybe we wouldn't have had Waterkloof. Let's take a look at that evidence.
He didn't think that there was an issue to be investigated, because he understands all the matters connected to the Gupta family. We listened very patiently. I can't recall whether we pushed back, but it was clear to me that, and later when I checked with the others, that President Zuma, in no uncertain terms, expressed his preference for no investigation to continue.
Shaik actually gave several reasons why they wanted the Guptas investigated. Take us through them.
Well, the most shocking of all the 3 to come forward today, Shahan, is one that Shaik raised around 2010. His allegation is that he had a conversation with the then U.S. ambassador to South Africa. His claim is that the U.S. ambassador to South Africa flagged Shiva Uranium, a Gupta-owned company which included Duduzane Zuma as a shareholder. And Shaik's testimony is that this ambassador said that the U.S. authorities were concerned that there may be Iranian funding links to Shiva Uranium. The reason that's a problem in mid-2010 is because then U.S. President Barack Obama was tightening up sanctions against Iran in relation to a nuclear project. So this potentially raised a whole nother slew of state security issues, because if South Africa had a mining company that had proven links to Iranian funding, that would have created a diplomatic disaster. It could have made South Africa at risk of sanctions from the U.S. amongst other states. But interestingly, Shaik says he did discuss this with then President Jacob Zuma, and Zuma insisted there were no Iranian funding links to Shiva Uranium. Now, I have approached the U.S. authorities in South Africa for confirmation of that allegation about a conversation with the ambassador. They're going to get back to us, but they haven't yet.
All right, thanks so much for that. Appreciate it. Erin Bates following that story for us.